Hello there, you're welcome to the program in the latest edition of the Sports Update with me, Mr. Arjun. Today I will tell you the latest from the international sports. First of all, take a look on all those stories that we are going to discuss today. Starting with the biggest story from lawn tennis where, after the shocking defeat of Novak Djokovic, now the top seed player of Andy Murray and Angelique Kerber are crashed out of the Australia Open in the fourth round, whereas the other player like Roger Federer and Rafa Nadal are entered in the quarterfinal by winning in the fourth round. Now move on to the badminton where Saina Nehwal wins the Malaysian Master Grand Prix tournament against Thailand player Ponabawi by straight sets. Now moving to the cricket story where we have three stories in cricket. We start by India versus England series where England finally get a win over India in the third ODI, and despite their win, India win the series by 2-1. The story of cricket where Australia has beat the Pakistan by a large margin of 86 runs in the fourth ODI and win the series by 3-1. The South Africa versus Sri Lanka match in the second T20 where Sri Lanka finally get a win over South Africa in the second T20 by 3 wickets. That's all coming in our show. We start by looking on the lawn tennis where what a day the Sunday is for the Australia Open where we witnessed the biggest upset in a tournament where the top seed players Angelique Kerber and Andy Murray are knocked out of the fourth round in Australia Open. It is the first time since 2002 that any top seed player fails to enter the quarterfinals, where the Andy Murray lost his match to the 50 seed Zverev, where Angelique Kerber lost his match to Coco, the American player. Where other players like Roger Federer, the good news for the Roger Federer fans, the Swiss player, the 17-time Grand Slam champion, has entered the quarterfinal by beating the Kei Nishikori in a 5-set game. Whereas Rafa Nadal also reached the quarterfinals, where Roger Federer meet the Andy Murray conqueror Zverev in the quarterfinals. Where Rafa Nadal play against the third seed Raonic in the quarterfinals. Now we move into the badminton where Saina Nehwal lived up to the expectation, a much needed win for her to boost his confidence in upcoming tournaments where she is not able to win since 1 year after winning the Australia Open last year. Where Saina Nehwal has beat the Thailand players, the teenage player in the straight set 20-20 and 20-20. After being down by a game, she come back strongly and win both the games in a straight set. Now we move on to the cricket story. First look on the India versus England series where England comes strongly in the last ODI, where England choose to bat first and score a good total of 321 runs in the bowling assist pitch where the ball moves and swing both. Where while chasing the target of the 321 runs, India has just shot by 6 runs. Despite the India loss, there's a good effort from the lower middle order batsmen by Kedar Jadhav and Hardik Pandya, where Kedar Jadhav impresses with his good batting skills and look like he single-handedly win the India in that match, but he loses wicket in last over where the game changes and India lost that match. In this match, the Ben Stokes get man of the match for his dual role of all-rounder by bowling and batting. He takes 3 wickets in the match and is scoring a quick 57 runs in that match. Whereas Kedar Jadhav got man of the series award for his 232 runs in the whole series with a strike rate of 144. In this series also some records are also set up by the 2090 runs has been scored in this series, which is the highest total for any 3-match ODI series. There are a lot of positive and negative for the Indian team before the Champions Trophy. That India has some positives in form of like Kedar Jadhav, a new dynamic player who has also got the Man of the Series award in this series, where Yuvraj Singh comes back strongly after the poor form last 2 to 3 years. After the domestic circle, he comes back strongly and also score over 200 runs in that series. Whereas in negative part where India has to find the good opening pair for the Champions Trophy and the depth bowling also not well. The Jasprit Bumrah impresses in his debut and starting few matches, but now it looks like that he losing his depth bowling skills and going for a lot of runs in the depth over. India are more relying on Jasprit Bumrah and depth bowling where he fails to impress and giving more runs in it. Move to the next one where Sri Lanka has defeated the South Africa by 3 wickets with the impressive batting performance of their captain Angelo Matthews, which despite being injured, he scored the 54 runs in just 50 balls and win his team in the last over by hitting 2 sixes in that over. In this match, the new finds two bowlers like Sanada from Sri Lanka, who takes 4 wickets by giving just 23 runs, and restrict the South Africans only just a small total of 113 runs. Where in this match again the Lungi Nagiri bowls superbly and take 4 wickets by giving just 19 runs. He also got the man of the match award in first match. Now we move to the last story, which is from Australia versus Pakistan match. Australia win the 4th ODI and also wins the series by 3-1. By choosing the batting, Australia post a huge total of 353 runs. In reply, they restrict the Pakistan to just 267 runs by impressive bowling performance of George Hazelwood and Adam Zampa. Whereas in this match, the David Warner got the man of the match award for his 130 runs and some impressive batting performance in the end by Glenn Maxwell. The 76 run or is scored by him in just 47 balls. That's all from our program. Thanks for watching. You can also subscribe our channel on YouTube, and you can also type in on Twitter the name of Mr. Kushal Jain.